Hi, everybody.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Bethany.
And we are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
And today we'll be talking about Nuts About Mutts. And this is designed by Brent Beck and is published by Grandpa Beck's Games, which, by the way, is just an absolutely adorable game company name. I really like what you did there, Brent. And I think it's also adorable that it says if you have questions in it to call Grandpa. How cute is that?
Call Grandpa.
Call Grandpa. It's adorable.
Alright, so in this game, this is all about puppies. You are a dog walker, and you are you're all done walking your dogs, and you have to return them back to their homes, and you're trying to do it as fast as possible, being the one who finishes walking the dogs the fastest. So you're trying to get rid of your hand of cards as fast as possible. It's kind of like Uno in that way. You're trying to get rid of your cards by matching up to other cards. Alright, let me give you a quick overview of how to play. Alright, here's our setup for Nuts About Mutts. All there really is a giant deck of cards. We're going to shuffle that up. And then we also have all these dog bones. Basically what we're going to do is, based off the number of players, we're going to have that many number of bones minus 1. So for instance, if we were playing a 4-player game, we would just use those 3. Those are going to become important when we play the Mutt action card, which I'll show you in a little bit. But basically what's going to happen at the beginning of the game is every player is going to get dealt out a hand of either 10 or 8 cards based off the number of players. After that, you're trying to get rid of your cards as fast as possible. So when you play a card, it has to be either the same number, the same color, or the same dog breed. So let's kind of see what that looks like. So someone might start off by putting a 10 out there. It's got a red 10 with a black lab. So on our turn, what we could do is we could play another 10. But this on top of that, we could play maybe a green. But now we've got a situation where we have an English sheepdog. We could play another English sheepdog on top of that English sheepdog. Which leads me to the next thing I want to talk about, which are matches and runs. If you ever have a situation where the exact same card is in your hand as what's being played, no matter what turn order it is, normally we're going in clockwise order, but even if it's not your turn at all and you have the exact same card, you can throw it out there and you can yell out match. You're going to want to throw it out there as fast as possible because if the next player plays their card before you can do your match, it doesn't count. Also, there's something called a run, which is basically a dog card of the exact same color that is one number higher or lower than whatever's on top of the pile. Either way, you're going to get a chance to play a card out of turn that you normally wouldn't be able to play and kind of get an extra card out of your hand, which is fantastic. Now, there's also several action cards. Action cards are basically considered to be wilds. They can be played on top of anything. So let's go kind of through some of those, what those look like. First of all, there's one called the Fleas. That one says it can force an opponent to your left and right to draw a card, or they have to counter it with a flea. And if they countered it, then you have to draw a card for each one that did. So the Fleas are kind of like an attack card, but also they can defend against themselves, which is kind of interesting. The next card is called the Pedigree. That one says it forces all players to discard all cards of one breed, which is a great way to get rid of cards that you have a lot of. If you have a whole bunch of those St. Bernards, you can say St. Bernard, and everyone will have to get rid of those, including yourself, which is great. There's the Fire Hydrant. This is kind of a tricky one. You may force an opponent to swap hands with you. So if you've got, a ton of cards and someone else is about to go out, it's a great way to switch hands with them. Okay, then there's the Mutt. This is the one that's going to involve those dog bones. You're going to play that, and as soon as you play it, everyone, including yourself, is going to scramble to grab the bones. And remember, there's one less than the number of players, so someone's going to get stuck without a bone. And if that's the case, they're going to have to draw a card. And the last one is the Doghouse. This forces the opponent with the fewest cards to draw 2 cards. If they're tied, draw 1 card each. So it's a kind of a catch-up mechanism targeting whoever's in the best position. Once someone runs out of cards, that triggers the end of the round. You're going to get a point for every dog card you still have in your hand, and 2 points for every action card you still have in your hand. You do not want points. You want to be the person with the lowest score at the end of the game. You're going to play 3 full rounds. After the third and final round, whoever has the least amount of points wins the game. If there's a tie, the first player to bark after the scores are announced is declared the winner.
So this game is extremely similar to Uno, which I'm sure you picked up on through the How Play, through Ryan's overview. One of the things that's interesting, whenever we play Uno, we've always played this rule called jump in. So if somebody has the exact same card and color, you can jump in. And this game has that. So if you have a match, you can match and skip other people's turns. Or if you have a run, then you can, if you have the, going up or down in a run, you can jump in on that. So I just think that's really cool. This is a rule we've always played, and just to see it in another game was really fun.
Yeah, I also thought that the action cards were really exciting, good or bad. There was something going on here. One of my favorites was the pedigree card. This was basically allowed you to call out a breed of dog in your hand, and everybody at the whole table got to discard those cards. So if you said Yorkshire Terrier or whatever it was, and you had 3 of those in your hand, you got to get rid of all 3 right then. But then also everybody else might discard a couple cards as well. So I liked how that was. I don't know, it was a fun card for me.
Yeah, if we were to play it again, I'd probably take out the fire hydrant card because that kind of annoyed me. You swap hands with somebody, and I feel like in this game you either need to do that a lot or do that not at all.
You dominated the round.
Yeah, it either needed to be the game or not be involved whatsoever.
There's also a mutt card, which allowed, it was kind of like a dexterity racing thing where you had to reach it out and grab these little bones, which was kind of fun. But a lot of our plays that we did were 2-player, and in which case,
even though it says 3 to 8,
there is the variant, and it made it so that you had to. Basically, it was just kind of like a punishment on the other player, right?
Yeah.
And so you just said mutt, and you played it, then you just took it because you knew it was coming, and the other person didn't, so then they had to draw a card. So it was weird in the 2-player game, but it worked for all the other players.
Yes, it does.
And it was a lot more exciting with the higher player counts, so everyone's like diving in, kind of like the old game Spoons.
Yeah.
They gave you those kind of feelings. So it kind of blended all those, like a lot of those classic games that maybe we grew up playing all into one cute dog-themed game.
Yeah. At the end of the day, this game really is kind of just Uno plus. It's Uno plus some other things, which is totally fine, but most of us already have that. However, I do think that if you have people in your life that are huge dog people and not necessarily huge gaming people, I feel like this is a game that could cross over. And it's always really nice when a game can do that, when a game can reach people who maybe don't realize that they're gamers yet, and I feel like that this game could definitely do that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if you're a hardcore strategy gamer and you've already got Uno in your bag, this is probably not one that you don't need to purchase. That being said, if you like that style of game and you want that little excitement, or you love that dog theme, or if you have a dog lover in your life, this would be a great thing to play with them.
Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see our videos as they come out. Until then, you can find us in all of these places.
You guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.